I see the Naira weakening today against the US dollar, and I guess that's no surprise given the events that we've seen in global markets. But I got to say, in the last few minutes, we've heard a report the euro is now rallying against the US dollar, suggesting perhaps a reversal of some of the risk aversion. But I guess that hasn't reached Nigerian shores yet.
Hi, Godfrey. Well, I could say a bit muted from the international markets. Yeah, it's got its factors. Seeing that Nigeria's main export earner is crude, which is currently trading at almost the budget levels of $67 per barrel. At that price, you might see some jitters, but actually the depreciation of the grounds that lost by the Naira actually came out a huge level of demand that was seen. Like you said, in the previous 3-4 auctions, we've seen demand far outweighing the amount on offer by the CBN. Now we've actually seen a bit of calm on that front from the auction result that just came out today. We're actually seeing a bit of calm. Actually, Naira gained some beats from where it closed yesterday. Actually moved up, gained about 10-20 cobbles from the levels it closed yesterday. Trading closed at 152.15 or thereabouts at those levels. So I expect that if the good news from the Eurozone continues to filter in, we might see some positive sentiment come back into the markets. But on the back of the Naira value, I think it's basically on the huge demand that's been seen at the CBN window. Godfrey.
So given that kind of an outlook, do you see then the potential for the Naira to weaken further from where we are, particularly given, as you are saying, the economy appears to be picking up speed and demand is increasing, and the central bank appears unwilling to match that demand that is there in the economy now?
I think you might tend to see some little ground lost, albeit not on a steep basis. Most probably would happen on a gradual basis. But outside of that, I actually would might want to say that this current demand, it might just end up being a temporary thing. We actually want to watch it out, wait it out to see how it portrays for the next week's auction. Then we can say, okay, a trend is actually emerging of the demand at the central bank window. Most of this week, market has been abuzz from last week into the early part of this week that corporate demand has actually surged outside of the CBN window, and that's why you've seen the interbank rates actually push that high. Current levels, interbank is way high above the central bank official rate, which of course might tend to see some softening in the movement of the rate on the high side. Godfrey.
Yeah, we had a story that broke earlier this week. I think it was broken by Business Day newspaper, where they were saying the government raided the offices of the National Nigeria Petroleum Company, and the MD was actually fired. Now, that suggested that the reserves from oil sales were going into NNPC coffers and not into the central bank coffers. If we were to say those coffers had been coming into the Nigerian Central Bank's accounts, what impact do you foresee that having had on the currency?
Well, Godfrey, on that bit, I would say that there's always been a way of ensuring that the revenues go into the appropriate purpose. I really can't say that it was going to NNPC, it wasn't going to the central bank. I think they've got the ways of ensuring that the revenues are well represented, and I'm sure they are continuing on that. On the back of whether the sacking was based on that story, I really can't confirm that right now.